Greetings. This is going to be the beginning of what I think will become a series of videos to share some practices, some ideas that I find have enhanced my life. And I just find recently that there is a feeling that this would be worthwhile to share. So I hope that the information here is useful to you. To begin, before I share some of my ideas, I'd like to invite you just to follow your next out breath down to the bottom of the breath, just to really arrive to your own deep place of settling. It really becomes your internal home base, your internal landing place. It's already there, and you may already visit it often. But it's a place that when you arrive there, you notice perhaps that there is a steadiness in this place of core presence that is never disturbed. It's always what it is, steady. There's also here in this place a very deep quiet. You might experience it as stillness. It's a deep quiet that also is never disturbed. It's just what it is. So I want to invite you to just begin this time there, and perhaps to notice that also from this place of core presence, you radiate your unique energy signature throughout your whole body, mind, being, and out into the world around you. So you might notice that you are filled with your own presence, a quality that affects not only your physical body, but your emotional and mental experience as well. And your radiating presence reaches out and touches, interacts with, connects with the radiating presence of everything around you. Every single thing radiates its own unique energy signature. And we are in interaction with the world around us constantly. So just to notice, here you are in this moment, radiating your unique energy signature, offering it into the collective, which is what happens automatically anyway. And just notice the sensations that accompany the experience of being present. And so for this time, I kind of want to talk about things that have dawned on me in my life at this point in my life. I'm sort of on the far end of a lifetime, and it becomes very clear in my age group that our runway is really shorter. We don't have like even the experience of endless amounts of time to do things. And I found myself one morning waking up thinking, wow, when I have my last breath, I do not want to have to say to life, I'm sorry, I was too afraid. It prompted me to think more deeply about how my experience of being lived by life is something I want to be fully open to receive, to have the awareness of what life wants to live into, through, and as me isn't held back by my unwillingness to receive those inspirations, impulses, nudges along the way. For a number of years now, I really have experienced kind of a big and wonderful shift in my sense of who and what I am, we are. And I experience myself as being lived. What life is, I have no idea. Whatever animates all of this amazing world and universe, I don't know. But I do know that I feel lived. So one of the things I've been asking people to do every day now, this arises from, I'm gonna kind of talk with all kinds of things falling into one place. Thinking about reality from a more quantum perspective, where there are infinite possibilities, where our intentions intersect with possibility. For many, 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 many years now, more years than I can imagine, I have done work with what I've called the optimal future self, helping people access qualities and capabilities, points of view, experiences that their present day self hasn't felt able to do. And in my wanderings around quantum ideas, research, realities over these past probably 40 to 50 years now of exploring these, I am much more aware now that my linear trained brain has needed stretching, so that I understand that the future isn't really off somewhere else. The past isn't really off somewhere else. It's all kind of right here, but in different frequencies and different dimensions. So now I am deeply focused on holding the awareness that I am receiving and living my optimal life, because that's the probability I want to resonate with. That's the probability I actually want to embody and inhabit. So I've been asking people each morning, just send out to the very, very complex universe we live in the intention that you are receiving and living your optimal life. And what I've been saying to people is, hey, just how about doing that and then being curious and noticing what happens? One of the things that my life experience has invited me to be or do is to be willing not to know, to be willing to be curious, receptive, open, and not have to understand or know how things happen, why they happen, just being open to receive. And so I would invite you to play with that, to be willing to be moved, inspired, filled up with who knows what, but to be willing to be lived fully into your wholeness, into all that you can be, but maybe haven't allowed yourself to be. And I think probably the most important quality of doing this is getting out of the way, not trying to understand, not having to have a step-by-step, because things don't necessarily happen step-by-step. They arrive. And suddenly, think about times when you might even just have been walking along and all of a sudden you knew something you hadn't known a moment before. It just dropped in. Let life be that way for you, so that you can be lived more and more deeply into your fullness. And so that's what I wanted to share this time. And I'll do more of these videos along the way. And so for now, you might just notice again your internal landing place, your home, your place of refuge that you carry in your body all the time. And so for now, Until next time, take care.